Savannah, and today we're going to be doing a stretch routine with the best stretches for improving your back bend. Along with this routine, I'm giving you a 2-week stretch challenge, which is to do this routine daily for 2 weeks to see how much your back bend can improve. And I've also created a playlist with a few of my other stretch routines that will also help improve your back bend that you can add onto this one if you would like. For the chance to be featured at the end of one of my videos, you can share your back bend transformation with the hashtag #McNulty challenge on Instagram or TikTok. In order to improve your back bend, you obviously need to know how to get into it first. So before we get into the stretches, here's a super quick tutorial on how to do a back bend.
To get into the back bend, there are 2 main ways, either pushing up or falling back. The easiest way is to push up, so to do this, start by laying on your back and then bend your legs and arms so that your hands and feet are flat on the ground. Once you're in that position, just straighten out your arms and lift up your hips to go into the back bend. To fall into a back bend, stand with your arms by your ears and then simply arch back until your hands reach the ground. While falling backwards, make sure that you're keeping your arms straight and that your weight stays in your feet. I know falling back can be scary at first, so to start I recommend walking your hands down a wall into the back bend. Then once you're comfortable with walking down the wall, try falling onto a higher surface and slightly lowering the surface until you can do it all the way to the ground. If you're not sure what to do this on, some household items that could work are a bed or a couch to start. Then after, you could do it on something shorter like a couch pillow. If you already have a good amount of back flexibility but are just afraid to fall backwards, another way you can practice is by falling back on your knees.
Now that you know how to do the back bend, let's go ahead and get started with the stretch challenge so that you can make it even better.
First, we're going to stretch out our arms, starting by pulling one arm overhead. Now pull that same arm across your body. And switch arms, starting with pulling it over your head again. Now pull that arm across your body. Next, place your hands together behind your back and then reach forward, placing your arms in front of you to feel a good stretch in your hamstrings and your shoulders. It's important to have a good amount of shoulder flexibility to have a good back bend, so that's why we're doing this stretch. It's totally fine if you can't go as far forward as I'm demonstrating in this stretch. Just go as far as it takes to feel good to you. Go into a downward dog, pushing your chest towards your legs, again to stretch out your shoulders. I know a lot of you always ask about the outfits I'm wearing, so this one is the new Adapt Ombre from Gymshark, and I'll leave a link to their website down in the description. Now go on to your hands and knees, arching back as far as you can. If you can't go as far back as I'm demonstrating, that's completely fine. Just go as far as it takes for you to feel the stretch. And now contract, and we're going to repeat these 2 motions 2 more times. You can now arch back again. Contract. Arch back. And contract for the last time. Lay down on your stomach and then try to straighten out your arms. If you can get your arms completely straight without too much of a stretch, try to arch back even farther until you feel a good stretch in your back. If you can't arch back further or straighten out your arms, don't worry, just stay where you are. And the more often you stretch your back, you should be able to get further back eventually. Now we're going to go back up into a downward dog, again pushing your chest back. Now reach towards either your feet or your knees depending on how flexible you already are, and then roll back up to standing. For the next few stretches, you're going to need to stand a few feet away from a wall. Once you're at a wall, place your hands up on the wall and then push your chest down to feel a stretch in your shoulders. Staying a few feet away from the wall, turn around so that your back is towards the wall, and then reach up and arch back until your hands touch the wall. We're only going to hold this here for 10 seconds, so I believe in you, you got this. Next, try to walk your hands even further down the wall. If you don't feel ready to go further down the wall yet, then just stay where you are, and the more you do this routine, the further down you should be able to get. Now, if you can, walk your hands all the way down the wall till you reach the ground. Again, if you don't feel comfortable with that, just stay at the level you were just at. I know we've been upside down for a long time now, so we're going to take a quick 10-second rest so you can either lay down on the ground or stand up from where you are. Go back into either the full back bend or the wall assisted back bend, whichever you can currently do, and we're going to hold it for 20 more seconds. We're going to take one last 10-second rest before moving into the next stretch, and we're almost finished the routine, so no point in stopping now. You've been doing great so far. This is the final stretch of this routine, so don't give up now. We're going to go back up into the back bend either with or without the wall, and this time I want you to challenge yourself even further if you can by walking your hands down the wall or walking your hands and feet closer together if you're in the full back bend. Then every day that you do this routine, try to walk your hands even further.
I don't really see you, no. There's too much to be done. It's no fun. But even if we're far apart, I know where we belong. Haven't changed a bit.
I hope you enjoyed this stretch routine and decide to do the 2-week challenge along with it. If you liked it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. And here's another routine you can do if you'd like to stretch for longer. See you back tomorrow.